took mom to Clearwater with you. And we saw on the Instagram you flipped off the flag building.
We did.
How did that feel?
It was good. We had to go real quick because there was a bus loading people right on the other side. And so we had to go around the building to get good lighting. We tried it like 4 times and finally I was like, this side is better lighting and less people, but we had to park and then go really quick because it was only for city workers, I guess, to park there. So we went real quick.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got to do that because I know it was important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta take back our fingers and give them to fly.
Yeah, and security didn't even bother you, but you had your child with you too. So had they, I would have been like, come on.
Yeah.
So today I just want to talk about self-care because it's challenging at times to take care of ourselves. It can feel foreign and it takes practice. And it takes like tools, and I loved having structure. Something that Scientology gave me was structure. And then when you come out, you're like, what do
I do?
So many questions. There's also so many people selling things, so you don't need to buy everything. You just need to make a commitment to yourself to like practice a couple self-care things. So I wanted to go over some free resources that I've taken advantage of. And one of them is called a self-care inventory. So, and this is, you know, in addition to, I hope that people do seek out therapy. I highly, highly recommend finding a therapist, almost any therapist, because I was so scared to talk to anybody who wasn't a Scientology specific therapist. And we have gotten some comments that I wasn't expecting from people who are coming out. We've got some messages and stuff, and people have been discussing that they only want to go to Scientology informed therapist, which is so helpful if you can afford it. If not, please do not let it get in your way, because I work with people who have spent the last 10 plus years trying to learn about the mind and how to best assist people because they truly, truly care. It's not an industry where you make a lot of money. You really have to be passionate and support yourself through education and internship and all that. So there's so many people I work with who would care so deeply about anybody who walked in and shared their story. So I just want to share that so many people care. They may not specialize in this, but if they've worked with possibly veterans or anybody who's suffered from PTSD, there's a lot of similarities. So I really, really encourage trying to get some therapy. And of course, always call a suicide hotline. If you're feeling very, very down, there are people on there. And there's other things called warm lines where you can call and you don't even have to be suicidal. You just want to chat. But I wanted to share with you, let me know, Elysia, if you can see this when it comes on. Just a little document I made.
All right, it's there.
Okay, cool. So on this self-care assessment, I'm going to put a link in the description after we're done talking, but it's really simple. And sometimes the simplest thing can trip us up.
Yeah.
Like if we're not feeling well, they seem like a given. Like, am I bathing regularly? Am I eating nutritious food? Am I taking care of my health? When you're not feeling well and you're depressed and you're crying a lot, possibly being gaslighted by your family or friends, it's a hard time. And really just feeding your body healthy food can be so important, right?
Yeah.
And it seems so simple, but it takes effort, right? So I have written here, don't give up, make a commitment to yourself. I think that's so important. We've got to be the adult that you needed when you were a child for yourself today. And that's more challenging than I could have ever imagined, but it's such a good part of healing is when we can start to trust that we're going to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to put a link to that. There's numerous, those are just a couple examples. There's numerous types of self-care. There's emotional self-care. There's spiritual self-care. There's physical self-care. Are you hanging out with people who you enjoy? Are you doing things that you enjoy? Can you take a warm bath? Can you listen to relaxing music? I mean, sometimes I just want to listen to sad music all the time when I'm sad. And it's just a nice reminder. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about is something that is so cool. It's called the Emergency Self-Care Worksheet and Plan. And there's something I wrote here. Take care of yourself tomorrow by creating this today. So what you can do, and when people come into the facility I work at, I go over a sheet with them, and it has on it a list of triggers that they can check off. What triggers me? Example, people yelling, conflict, things like that. When I am upset, this helps me. They can go down the list and check off going for a walk, listening to music on headphones, talking to my friend. And it's so helpful to know what people's coping skills are and what helps them when they get upset. So this would be making this for yourself for the future. If you have an emergency, a mental health emergency, who do you want us to contact? Or who do you want anybody to contact? This would be for you to keep. Like, please contact Elysia. Please do not contact my parents. They're really not going to be effective in this. It is really helpful as second generation Scientologists. I believe I signed a form when I was really young. Perhaps you did as well, saying that if I was ever locked in a mental health institute, they could come get me out. And do you remember? Or like,
I've seen them. I didn't have to sign one.
Yeah,
I don't think I was ever in it that much, but I have seen that, and I've heard people say that they had to sign it, which is bonkers.
Yeah, having something like this available to me makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And there's other things on the plan. These were just some of the tips, and I'm gonna put links to both. If you can work out a plan for yourself, breathing or other healthy coping mechanisms that don't involve drinking, smoking, harming yourself, things like that. It's hard for us to take care of ourselves sometimes. But we got to do it, and we can't pour from empty cups, you know? Right. Elysia and I would also love to be here for every single person who wants to talk. And we are already kind of empty cups. Like, we have a lot of dogs, a lot of friends, a lot of personal relationships, work, all sorts of things that we do too. And so we want to try to empower people with these tools that have helped, because you can help yourself so much with just a couple of free things, you know? Right. And we are so excited to keep sharing more things like this with you guys. And let us know if you take it and what your assessment turns out. And if there's something you are lacking, if you need tips, because I've had to work and rework this. Have you noticed, Elysia, when you started peeling the onion, that your energy levels and
drained, completely drained. I just
Me too.
isolated. I just self-isolated. I went in my room. I
Yeah.
was like, nope, don't want to do it. Nothing. Lay on the
Yeah.
bed, relax. Well, relax while your body's like in crippling anxiety, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not really relaxing, but doing tasks were like overwhelming. I was just like,
Totally.
I'm gonna shower every day. This is my stuff. I'm gonna shower every day. I'm gonna try to remind myself to eat healthy meals, 2 to 3 optimally, but at least 2.
Yeah.
And then try to make sure I drink enough water because you know nobody likes a brat out, pruny, dehydrated, anxiety-ridden person.
True. I mean, so
It
true.
makes it
And
harder.
yeah. And then I also almost went anti, like, well, I took so many vitamins as a kid. I'm just never going to take vitamins again.
Ever. I
And
don't want to swallow another horse pill that's like that big that tastes like death. Ugh. It's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we all probably got those if you grew up as a Scientology kid. I used to take them and then go to the bathroom and then spit them all out.
Oh my
But
gosh.
they would dissolve and it was so bad. It was so bad.
I oddly love the taste of Purif CalMag. Like they used to sell it at CC in the little, canteen, like rose garden thing. And it was like mixed with apple cider vinegar. And it's honestly disgusting. It's like Ron's recipe. And I still mix it to this day.
I still have some. I don't take it. My husband's a little more hardcore. Not because he's he's not Scientology. He just does it for health reasons. And I'm like, that's too triggering.
We don't have that much left from our culture. So I
try alive.
I try to honor where I came from with what works,
Yeah. That's so funny.
I know it's so silly. It's so silly. But I encourage everybody, make a commitment to yourself when you're dealing with depression, when you're dealing with gaslighting, when you're dealing with all the things that happen when you're deciding to leave Scientology. It can be so rough. And it's really a dangerous time. And many people have said it makes them feel crazy. It made me feel crazy. I was severely depressed. I could not stop crying.
Yeah.
If that happened, I mean, honestly, like something good is if you can have a good cry. If you're crying for 14 days straight, please get medical intervention because it's just something is
exhausting.
And that's not brutal. It is exhausting and brutal, and that's no way to live life. And so I encourage everybody, seek support. Plenty of people want to help you, and also commit to yourself and taking care of yourself. And it's hard. Absolutely. And you don't have to be a perfectionist. If you fall off and you are bad one day, just get back on.
Right.
You ate some Jack in the Box. That's okay. You come back and
Yeah, sometimes, that's right.
Sometimes that's self-care because you need those mozzarella sticks.
As long as you're eating.
Sometimes that's better than nothing for sure.
It is. Yeah. It is.
But anyway, so that's our video for today, and we will be back with more. Let us know what you think. Please don't forget to hit subscribe.
Right, and take care of yourself. During this tumultuous time of Mother's Day coming up, so many of us don't like the holiday or have different reasons for not celebrating or have really hard mixed feelings about it. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Is
that Mom?
It's
Bring Mom up. Bring Mom up to the camera. Thank you. Hi, Mom. She's there. I see it. It's an orb.
It's a little orb, right? I don't know if she likes it or not, but there's been no hauntings. I will say that. She wasn't happy that I did it, but there's been no hauntings, and it's been almost 2 years. July will be 2 years. So I got stolen ashes and no repercussions from her since that I know of. Unless I'm just used to it, then I don't know.
Yeah. And I want to say grieving a mom who has passed away is very hard. And then to honor those in my position, grieving a parent or parents who have not passed away is very confusing and hard because it's like you actually can't fully grieve them because they're still alive. And I hope that they live a very long time. I hope that they come out. It's hard to say goodbye. I'm always hoping for something, and I get unanswered emails. So, cheers to Mother's Day.
we're gonna celebrate in our own way. And
Yeah,
make
we're
the
gonna
best of it.
celebrate in our own way. We've been doing it and we're gonna keep doing it. And thanks for
Right.
coming with us.
Right. Thanks, guys. See you
All
next
right.
time.
Bye-bye.